Hey, for the next several weeks on Sunday mornings, we are going to be looking in the Bible at the stories of women who changed their world. And I hope you'll be able to join us for those. And my hope, too, is that it will remind you of people who allowed God to work through them, and because of them, it changed your world. When I think of those types of people, there are many in my life, but the one who probably had the greatest influence on me, growing up especially, but even as an adult, was my mom. I still remember a story of my dad and I sitting on the back porch of our house, and it was after school, but it was before Mom got home from work, and so we're sitting back there talking, and I reach into the pocket of my jacket, and I feel something in there that I didn't know what it was just by feeling it, and so I pulled it out to look at it, and it was a firecracker, and I thought, oh man, Dad is going to be all over me about this. And I looked up and he saw it too, and he smiled, and he said, let's light it. So he pulled out his lighter. I held up the firecracker. He lit it. We threw it in the backyard. It went off with a big bang. Man, we were laughing and thought that was the end of it. That night during dinner, Mom comes home, we're having dinner, and we'd kind of forgotten about it until she said, so what's this I hear about a firecracker? And I thought, how in the world did she pull that off? How did Mom know that? There's some things that Mom was able to pull off that it took me a while to figure out. But there are other things that Mom did that I picked up on right away, because she lived out what we read that Paul wrote to the church in Philippi, chapter 4, Philippians 4, verse 9. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Again, some things, it took me a while to figure out how Mom was able to pull those things off. Others were obvious, because she lived right out in front of us. From Mom, we learned by how she loved Dad, how to love our spouses when we grew up. We learned by watching how Mom loved us kids and how she would love her grandchildren. We've learned how to be grandparents. I learned by watching Mom how to help people in need, even if I didn't have a whole lot myself. And I also learned that you don't have to have much to have a whole lot. I learned from my mom a sense of humor. And so if you've ever wondered where my sense of humor comes from, you don't have to go any further than Kate Tuttle. Because I will tell you, I learned, I heard, I saw her put into practice. And so it made me want to put those things into practice as well. So let me just say this today. Within your circle of influence, what is it that is happening that you are doing that you hope others will put into practice? Because believe me, others are watching you. So let me ask it this way. What's one thing that you will do today that will show your children, or really anyone in your sphere of influence, anyone who lives around you, anyone who sees you in action, what is something that you will do today that you hope that they will hear or receive or see in you, that you hope they'll put it into practice, and it will help bring the peace of God into their life? And may I encourage you, if there is someone in your life who has modeled faith for you, who has shown you, not merely talked about, although maybe you heard it, but you also got to see in their life what it looks like to actually follow Jesus, and it encouraged you to follow him as well, can you pick up the phone, give them a call, send them a text, write them an email, send them a letter in the mail to let them know just how much God worked through them to change your world? And may he use us to do the same for others. Man, I hope you have a great, encouraging day. Show someone today what it looks like to follow Jesus.